CJX. Today it's Saturday, April 16. Finally, we found a healthy crank. That's not rusty, that doesn't have any problem. Because before of this crankshaft, we check another 4 or 5 crankshafts, I think. Finally, we found one healthy. Okay. Now, something that I don't know if I saw you before. I'm putting the damper pulley, the gear, and I'm putting the crankshaft like that for a measurements, usually. Now, usually, when it has a dent, the reading wheel here, or here, I'm fixing it when I'm gonna install it, when I'm gonna put in place for final, after I see with the plastic gauge, after I get the measurements, I'm making straight at the end. In this case, this one, it's badly dent. There is one big dent that starts from here till here, and there is another one dent from here till here. I measured it on the lathe before I washed the crankshaft. Now the crankshaft's been washed. It's important to be nice and washed here, and don't have anything here. When it comes from the machine shop, it comes with grease to don't come rusty the journals. I have to degrease it. I have to clean all the holes, the oil galleries that has, let us say, for the oil path to be nice and clean, to don't have any garbage. Otherwise, you're gonna end up on the bearings. So, and then I said, okay, screw it, because I have a healthy one that's perfect round, because I remove it and I didn't hit the crankshaft anywhere. Usually, if you see previous videos of the CJX, when I'm placing here the crankshaft, I'm placing gently, I'm not hitting it, or it's here on the rubber table. Now, this one, obviously, this is a used one, but it does have any problem. As soon as you're gonna change the bolts and you're gonna put the new bolts, these are the old bolts. This will gonna go back to the customer with the reading wheel. Obviously, I don't want to keep it. Okay, I keep one healthy one that I remove it because the crankshaft was gone, and that's it. That's the part number. It's the same part number. Both of them has the same part number. Okay. Plus, if you put it to see the timing, let us say this here that they're missing the 2 teeths, if you like. If you put it here, this pointing here, then you put this on top of this. You see the knots that's aligned. You see the holes that's been aligned. Okay, and you see that the window, it comes in the same position. Now it sits a little bit left because it's not round the other. If you put side by side, you'll understand what I'm saying. Where is dent? Come on, come on, come on. Alright, no, it's not. Yes, it is, because here it's more inside. Here it comes okay, okay-ish, and here it comes more inside. So usually what's happening, when you make straight this one, it's pulling all the other ring. And then the same thing also from this side. I don't want to get a chance. I have a used one, healthy, free of charge. Everybody happy, right? I need to find the new bolts. I have one nylon bag with the new bolts of that. I ordered it just in case. And I'm gonna torque it down to specs, plus I'm gonna put 1 drop of red Loctite. Just to be sure, just to be safe. I'm talking about, yes, that's, I haven't shown you this, yes. I'm talking about the remaining CJX with the stock crankshaft rear seal. The parts are in the box, the new parts are over there. You're gonna see later on, well, I'm gonna take it out from here. So, I'm talking about this engine block. I have this one to put on the engine stand. So, and that's what are we gonna do today. I have to remove it again so I can put it as it is, check with the plastic gauge, and when I'm gonna be ready with the plastic gauge, before I close it for final, then I'm gonna install the reading wheel. I have to turn on also the computer to find the torque specs. I don't remember the torque specs. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna continue now. Let's take out the block, bring a stand from outside. Do I have available stand? Do I have available engine stand? Who knows? We're gonna find out. Let's go, let's start. Okay, the engine on the engine stand. I found an engine stand, obviously. The adapter of the engine stand, it's the one that I modified for heavy engines, for a V8. This is the one that has shorter pipe here, and there's not enough clearance here on the 4 cylinders to put the seal, but there is no problem. Usually I'm removing it from the stand and I'm putting it on the table to put the crankshaft rear seal. So you can do it at the end. Where was I? Now, yeah, the bolts, I cannot tighten it more inside, I have to find some spacers. Again, this is for a V8, you need to be as close as possible here, to don't be far away. That's why this length. That's the first one. Second, I haven't washed the block for final, that's why I didn't cover it. That's why I leave it uncovered, because if I cover it, that means I washed for final. It's not for final, I can see some pieces, I can see some oil. Yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm gonna clean the journals, open the caps, clean the journals, check for a clearance, and then go in for final washing. For the block and for the crankshaft. Because after the plastic cage, I'm going to wash it again, blowing with air again, check inside that does have any problem, and everybody happy. And yes, not now the reading plate, not now, there is no problem. It's much more safe like this over there than to be installed right now, right? Yeah, first thing first, spacers for the bolts. This is for a V8. I have one here and I have a couple of washers here. Why don't use this? I can use this, and a couple of washers. Yep, it's not heavy, and it's a short block. That's what I'm gonna do. Moving on. Double checking the clearance, it's excellent. It's how I want to be actually. Beautiful. Now, putting back together the tools, mark the bearings, clean the bearings, mark the bearings to be in the same position, going for washing the block. No, I haven't cleaned yet the block. I clean the table here, I clean the bearings in order 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I didn't mark it, I just put side by side. I clean the crankshaft to don't have a plastic edge on it. Another one check up on that. Couple of new parts here, not all of them. The timing chain, the balance shafts and the other stuff, it's behind the curtain. Now going to clean the block, plus I have to clean the threads inside, because even the threads I didn't clean it. Yeah. Okay. And I choose also the stand that has a stroke, that sits the engine like this. Why I didn't make it from the adapter? Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. This deck is being resurfaced, one light pass, and I want to measure how much out is gonna come the piston at the end, because there was some marks here and there, but to come perfect clean, they just resurfaced for me. Not 0.25, it's the minimum. That's why you see some spots that it didn't disappear, in some points that it doesn't matter. Soap that you're washing your hands. So let's go to prepare it and wash it. Yeah, has pieces here, has pieces here. Oh boy. Here, okay, I clean it. There has some pieces. Okay, yep, obviously need to be for washing, to go for washing, yep. Keep this here, let's go out. You see, I don't want to go to wash a block on Saturday, you know, I want to go home. But it's early, it's 1 o'clock. Because this is not a Japan, you can use to clean the threads. You see that this by hand, I didn't. You can use this M10, I think, yes, M10 by 1.5. Is it focused on that? Come on, will you? M10 by 1.5. So what's happening, because the cast iron, you see that's bolted nice inside by hand, but you're gonna reach at one point that I'm not gonna be able to go more down, because it has some garbage that threads inside. Even if you put a petrol, if you blow with air, even if you put a WD-40, it won't gonna be nice. So if you plan to use studs, it's gonna give you some hard time. It's not gonna go where it's supposed to be. Or even the stock bolts, it's not gonna be the ideal. You want to be nice. You don't compromise the threads. It's not a Japan motor. Japanese motors are different. Japanese motors, if you get, let's say, if it's an M10 by 1.5 and you put this one, it won't gonna be the same. It has a different clearance. Clearance. Tolerance, clearance, call it as you like. Let's go out to continue. I finished washing the block. Nice, beautiful, excellent. I'm going at the office to get the piston and connecting rods, and we have pistons 82.5 millimeters. We don't have 83. How beautiful is that? Okay, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bolt down the reading wheel, close the crankshaft down, put the oil jets, put the balance shafts, and stand by for the 83mm piston. I need 83mm for 3 engines. And I don't have nothing. Beautiful, excellent, amazing. That's it. It stops here now, this video. Like I said, putting the crankshaft, putting a couple of parts that I can install, standing by for the pistons. We have 3 sets of 82.5, we don't have 83. Amazing. They found one set of pistons. This was not on the shelf because this was for the BWA. This is for BWA actually. So CJX there with the crankshaft, the timing chain, the inner timing chain for the balance shafts, couple of other stuff, the box over there, standing by for pistons. I don't have a pistons. I think that I don't have also connecting rods. And the video stops here because now we're going to continue with the BWA.